In so many ways, I feel that art has saved me from the future I could have had. My name is Jonathan Christensen Caballero, and I was born and raised in Utah. My father is a Scandinavian farm boy from central Utah, and my mother immigrated from Panama in her early 20s, and they took care of us and provided for us through labor. My father being a mechanic and my mother being an elementary school cafeteria manager. And so during that time, I witnessed them really laboring and really watching the toll that it took on their bodies over the years. My work ethic came directly from my parents. I witnessed my father more often than not working 10, 12-hour days growing up. And my mother, she actually would be up and gone because she worked at an elementary school cafeteria, and she would need to prepare the breakfast as well as lunch for kids. So she'd be gone before I even woke up. And so more often than not, I got up on my own, took care of my own breakfast, got myself to the bus stop. And that was my existence. And knowing that I didn't come from any kind of wealth or kind of privilege, I didn't know how I could be an artist, how I could even afford to be an artist, how I could find a career within the arts. And historically, Latinos have worked in the service industry, construction, agriculture, and factories. So this exhibition that I'm currently sitting in front of, La Gente, the people, is in recognition and dedicated to people who labor to provide for their families. It is both showing the struggle of the labors, of the people and what the toll it takes on the body and on the mind, but as well as showing the resilience of people, the strength of people to overcome. In the work here, I'm using secondhand clothes to fabricate the bodies themselves. Something that would be superficial and just covering of the body, but also defines a person, defines who they are in their job in society or their class in society. But now, with this knotting and embedding of concept with material, I'm able to then show how something that was perceived as not having worth now, having the respect and value that it should and does have in representation of people.
There's an upcoming exhibition comprised of regional artists that's co-curated with Kemper Museum of Contemporary Art and the Contemporary Art Center Cincinnati. And so myself and their senior curator there, Amar Antilla, have been working with over 20 artists to highlight what artists are doing in the region. Jonathan Christensen Caballero is a wonderful artist to interview for this project because his work deals with labor, and he's a ceramic artist, and so it's really exciting to have three-dimensional work in the space, but he also has three-dimensional wall hanging pieces, and like I said previously, his work is about labor, but he thinks about it widely. So not just the laborer, but the laborer's family, and then how that trickles down to what consumers receive from the laborer.
As an emerging artist, I am so thankful to be part of this exhibition. It's gonna be like one of my first experiences really showing in a museum and outside of a gallery. Having met with the other artists through Zoom meetings, that we all come from very different backgrounds. And we all have so many different voices and so many different contributions. I am really grateful to Jade Powers at the Kemper for including me in this exhibition. I thought it'd be more like 10 years out before I actually really got work in a museum. And it was one of my mentors, Malcolm Smith, at my graduate school, one of my professors, that pushed me to dream bigger, pushed me to imagine my work at someplace like the MoMA, in some big institution, because I remember them asking me, who is your audience? Who do you want this work to be seen by? And initially, I first imagined it through the community I'm hoping to give representation to, the Latino community, the laborers, the people who are cleaning the floors. But then at the same time, to potentially make change, to affect and try to push people with wealth to empathize and sympathize with the labor. It requires meeting them where they are, in their spaces, in their institutions.